In a strange case that happened more than 23 years ago in Japan, the murderer left many identifying traces, but until now the police have not been able to find this person's identity. In a case that happened more than 23 years ago in Japan, the murderer stayed in the victim's house for many hours, eating, logging into the family computer, and sleeping on their couch. Even though the killer left behind a lot of evidence, the police still couldn't find him. That was the murder of the Setagaya family, named after the place name of an area in the Japanese capital Tokyo and where the victims lived, a couple and their children. All 4 victims were brutally murdered on December 30th, 2000 in a case that shocked Japan. According to ABC News and Japan Times, the police have many clues about the murderer, except who he is and why he committed such a brutal act. The killer left DNA everywhere, threw away clothes at the scene, left the murder weapon, used the victim's computer, ate at least 4 boxes of ice cream from the victim's family's freezer, and stayed at home, in their home hours after killing them all. Nearly 250,000 investigators participated in the case and received more than 150,000 pieces of information from the public. However, more than 2 decades after the incident, authorities still cannot solve the extremely rare case in this largely peaceful country. At around 11 p.m. on December 30th, 2000, 44-year-old Mikio Miyazawa, his wife Yasuko, 41, their 8-year-old daughter Niina, and Rei, their 6-year-old son, were killed by an unknown intruder. The attack was brutal. While the killer stabbed Mikio, his knife broke, causing part of the blade to be found in Mikio's head. Yasuko was stabbed so deeply in her chest and head that bones were visible. The girl was also stabbed, and the boy was strangled. Yasuko's mother, who lived nearby, found their bodies the next morning. Because she could not contact her daughter, she went to her daughter's house, unlocked the front door of the house, and discovered the bloody body of her son-in-law, Mikio, lying at the bottom of the stairs. She continued going up and discovered her daughter's body covering her dead granddaughter. Rei's body lay on a bunk bed in the adjacent bedroom. Unlike the others, the boy had been strangled. Yasuko is a tutor, and Mikio is working for a British marketing company. Niina is in 2nd grade. Rei is a kindergarten student. Tokyo police believe that the killer arrived at the victim's family around 11 p.m. and stayed there until dawn. Initially, police believed that the killer stayed until 10 a.m. to use the victim's computer. However, they later rejected this theory and believed that Yasuko's mother activated the connection by typing on the computer mouse while present in the house. After the murder, the murderer swept through the Miyazawa family's kitchen. He ate 4 small boxes of ice cream and drank a few bottles of barley tea, then went to the 1st floor and used the victim's computer to surf the internet at 1:18 a.m. Some reports said that this subject even took a nap on the chair, ransacked the house, and threw some of the victim's belongings and papers into the bathtub. According to Tokyo police, the killer left behind a large amount of evidence, including many clothes, hats, scarves, shoes, bags. Among the items was a baseball shirt soaked in the victim's blood. This shirt was one of 130 sold only in Japan, but police were only able to find the owners of 12 of them. Based on footprints at the scene, police discovered that the subject was wearing white running shoes, size 11, made in Korea. There are no shoes of this size sold in Japan. The investigation agency also learned other detailed information about the killer, such as being about 1.67 meters tall, slim, blood type A, right-handed, between the ages of 15 to 35. Police believe that this guy is not a Japanese citizen based on a number of factors such as DNA, shoe size that is not sold in Japan, and grains of sand found in the waste bag that are believed to have originated from the American Southwest. In addition, investigators did not find matching fingerprints of the subject on any driver's license, passport, or other Japanese government documents. The police could not find the killer's motive, and no convincing hypothesis had been put forth over the years. Money. Yasuko's tutoring costs a little. There is speculation that the intruder, possibly a hired killer, believed he could somehow get his hands on all the money the Miyazawas had. However, the subject did not take all the family's cash, nearly 250,000 yen, nearly $2,000, was found at the scene. Revenge, no actual evidence.